This visit, the purpose of this visit, the main purpose, is to try to achieve a higher level, strategical level of the cooperation processes for developing the Islamic Republic of Iran and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. A process that in our case was founded by Commander Hugo Chavez since 2001. We have been working through all these years to maintain this program, and these 21 years, almost 21 years that we have had diplomatic ties. Since almost 72 years we have had diplomatic ties, but in the last 21 years it has been stronger. It's a brotherhood relationship, working together, shared development between the two countries, and the main purpose of this visit is to increase the level of this relationship between our countries in all the areas of the strength of our countries, in all the areas that they need to be developed, the scientific knowledge, technology applied for the economical processes, and follow the process of building this model relationship between Iran and Venezuela that we have been it's a working relationship between Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. It's a real friendship, it's a real solidarity. We have been supporting each other in the most difficult moments. Really, it's an impressive achievement that we have made during these years. Mr. President, as you have said, Iran and Venezuela have been strengthening their relationship since almost 21 years. But there are some people that after all these years, they have been criticizing or questioning that our two countries, geographically speaking, we have a very big distance, and they don't understand the importance of this relationship. I tell them all the time that beyond the relationships in the petroleum field, there is a history that united us, even after the Islamic Revolution in Iran. There are many people before the Islamic Revolution of Iran that were inspired by the revolutions in Latin America, fighting against the imperialism or the Shah in Iran. What do you have to say to these people that still, during these days, they are questioning our relationship? What I have to say is that brotherhood has no distance, love has no distance, solidarity has no distance, and not in this world, because revolutionary people from other epochs where there was no internet, no networks, social networks, we didn't have the media that we have today, there were no good airlines. Revolutionary people from other eras, they used to share their dreams and they used to participate in the fights, in the battles. Revolutionary people from all this region, they know Simón Bolívar. And during the time, they still admire Simón Bolívar. The young revolutionary people from the 70s, we admire that impressive process of the popular revolts in Iran, the Iranian Revolution in 1979. So our love, our friendship, our brotherhood has no distance. mainly when during these 20 years we have recognized each other as fighters, fighting colonialism, racism, imperialism. We are two revolutions that are sisters. We fight for a better world, to respect the human rights, international rights, a world without dominant countries. So we share special causes, main dreams. And that has allowed that the Islamic Republic of Iran and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela has achieved this level of cooperation, these plans for cooperating, and we are still together. We have supported each other during all the circumstances. Talking about this cooperation, I think that both countries right now are suffering from very unfair sanctions, mainly by the United States or the Western countries. As it has been said, it's not sanctions, it's actually economical terrorism, what they have been doing. During this period of sanctions, in May 2020, the Iranian government decided to send some oil to Venezuela because of the sanctions of President Trump. And he said that he would attack any tanker that would try to enter Venezuelan territory. When the first tanker arrived to Venezuela, you as a Venezuelan, as a president of Venezuela, what did you feel? What did you feel when you saw the help of this tanker, despite all the threats, when this tanker arrived to Venezuela? It was something extraordinary. All the Venezuelan people celebrated. At that time, we were having the quarantine, radical quarantine. We call it like this because it was something voluntary, and we had it in Venezuela. It was very strict, and the people respected that quarantine. It was a situation in the month of March, April. It was very hard for us. In the first place, because of the blockade we have, the lack of spare parts that we only can acquire from the United States. At that time, our 4 refineries were stopped. We were not producing oil. We were importing fuel from the United States, and Washington was pursuing all the companies that they were sending gas oil to Venezuela, gas to Venezuela. So we have some reservoir, but it was very limited. So in the month of March, the pandemic was beginning, was the beginning of the pandemic. It was April, May, June. Those months were very dangerous for us, for our country. In that moment, during those circumstances, we talked to the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. We told them our situation, and we prepared an integral plan temporarily to solve this emergency. And we also had another plan to support each other in the processes that the workers of the petroleum industry in Venezuela are following. We were trying to fix the problems of the refineries in Venezuela and try to supply the needs of Venezuela, of our country. So at that time, the Iranian tankers arrived to Venezuela. They were threatened, and all the crew, they said, the captain of the 3 tankers, there were 3 tankers, they were full of gas, they were brave, they were very interested to challenge that irrational threat of the government of Donald Trump. He said that he would like to attack some tankers that was transporting gas to a country that was in need at that time. Fortunately, everything was peaceful. They arrived to Venezuela. People was celebrating on the social networks. And we realized once again that brothers are there when some of them is in need. Also, Commander Chavez ordered at that time to help Iran when Iran was in need. So with the arrival of these tankers, we could solve at least the problem in these 3 months, and then we were working again to fully recover the process of refining oil in Venezuela.